So, as I mentioned earlier, there's no mention of either perpetrators or targets in this article, so I've deleted all of the people involved and returned the summary back to its original thing. Halifax election Tuesday, riots, damage to property, no information on perpetrators or targets. So now that we've finished all of this, and there are no other events to code in this article that we know of, we then move on to the difficulty ranking. Well, this was a very short article. There wasn't much information in it at all. No causes or associations, no consequences. So I would put this as a very easy 1. If it was a longer article, if it was more difficult to pick out the relevant information, it might be higher up on this list. Now, as you can see as well, one thing we've not looked at here is the glossary. Now, sometimes when you click on this, it will come out in a separate screen. Sometimes it won't, and just come on the screen itself. Now, say there's something you don't understand. You're not sure, say, for instance, if a high sheriff or a sheriff is a municipal official or a policeman. It's a municipal official, by the way, or anything like that. Say, for instance, this bit here. Inhabitants of the Morley division of the Wapentake or Wapentake of Agbrigg and Morley. Now, is a Wapentake a town or a village, or is it something below that? Should I code it or not? I don't know. Let's type in Wapentake. Now, I would advise always to put a capital letter for the first letter of each glossary entry, because this search bar is case sensitive. So let's click on Wapentake, a subdivision of some northern and midland English counties corresponding to 100 and other counties. So it's a subdivision. What it should say there at the end is there's no need to code a Wapentake or a Wapentake because it's below a town-village level. Hustings, an explanation of what the hustings is. Blues, often used as a partisan label, and as you can see, there is an instruction about how to code this. So say if a perp or a target is referred to as, example, the yellows, then this should be coded as partisan generic. Now, if I close this glossary and open it again, and type in, let's call it Grindley, and item is not found, perhaps if it doesn't exist in the glossary, you can then click and request Grindley to be added, and then within a day or two or a week at most, the term itself will be added to the glossary. Now, just as a reminder, you should be doing Grindley with a capital G there, so let's do that and click request it to be added. Now at this point, I would have been advising you to click save and continue throughout, because apart from anything else, if you lose internet connection or anything like that halfway through this and you haven't clicked save and continue, then you would lose all of your progress. But seeing as we have now done the difficulty ranking, the events, the document info, all of that for relevant articles, we would now click save and preview. Now as you can see, before submitting, this gives you a final chance to look over everything that you've put in to make sure that you're happy with it all. So each of the document info questions and your answer, you've put each event, so this is event 1. If there are multiple events, there would be multiple events down here. And as you can see, you've got your summary here, your answer to the overview questions, your locations, what your violence are, then your further details about the riot and the crowd size, and the vandalism. And there are no people involved, so there's nothing like that. If you were happy with that, you would then click Submit.